Hey, is we live? We live? We live? Yeah, we live. We live. We live. We live. We live. What's happening? What's happening? So y'all already know what it is, man. Hey, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check the stats right quick. Let me go check the stats. Let me go check the stats. As you can tell, I didn't even go ahead in this title today on this show. I didn't even say let's talk about it because we just gonna get right into it. I ain't feel like saying let's talk about it. We ain't talking about it. We finna get into it. We finna get with it. Um, we finna get with it. Can y'all say? Can y'all say? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me out there? Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me out there? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear your boy. Great. Jada Black said yes. Sup, AF fans. Smooth 78. ATL 251. All good. Hey, everybody let me know when y'all coming in too. Let me know where y'all calling from, where y'all listening at. I want to know how many people I'm reaching with this content for this Atlanta Falcons content. I want to know where everybody's coming in and listening, viewing, recapping from. I want to know where you call, like where you calling from, where you at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where you caller? Where you calling from? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know all that. He said, "What do you call a black judge or brother-in-law?" You, I shouldn't have read that whole thing, huh? He said, "What do you call a black judge? A brother-in-law?" Big facts. That's dad jokes. D. Coleman got some dad jokes coming out. The dad jokes. That's crazy. What's good, Lochness AFN? Our Falcons family. The new era is here. The Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025 and beyond. Thanks for sure. Mobile, Alabama, Dirty Bird. Let's get it. Let's get it. GA Texas boy, Gax boy. You good on my end. I'm in AZ, Arizona. Sending love from the NYC. What's happening? What's happening? Philip Crawford says, I'm from Augusta, Georgia. You be saying PT? All right, so before we get into it, man, we lit, we live, we out chill. Before I get into it, man, I want to go ahead and say, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to, hey, prayers to Maurice Norris, or is that Maurice? Do you guys say Maurice? You know what I'm saying? Or Maurice? I don't know. It's spelled Maurice, but it could be Maurice, because you know the AEIOU. You know what I'm talking about? And that C can't have that S sound. Maurice Norris or whatever. Like prayers to him. That's the dude who got hurt during the preseason game that had to be. He wasn't carted off. My guy was actually my guy was actually had to take the ambulance, and he was out, he was down, like and it kind of took out the morale. It took out the morale of Miss Morris. Okay, okay. Um, so prayers to him, man, and hopefully he can get back into it, man. That you never want to see somebody go down like that, especially when it's a neck injury, man. Some people don't come back from neck injuries. So prayers for him, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? Man, because we was there. We was in the building, and his neck went back. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, man, prayers to him. And then after that, it just took the morale out the game, bro. Especially with it being any game. It's a preseason game, so it was just like, hey, man, it was like a whatever moment at that point. Like, who cares? When I made it into the building, when I made it into the bins, I did enjoy myself. I did enjoy the company. I did enjoy, the Dirty Bird's Nest. I did enjoy the energy. I did enjoy, having that ambiance around me, feeling that Falcons football. Like, man, look, bro, it felt like we just got out of last year, like we just coming off the draft, bro. Like it popped up really ASAP, like ASAP Rocky. Not even gonna cap. This is the time went by so quick to be sitting around looking around like, bro, we finna. And then this Friday we had another preseason game. Let's get it against the Tennessee Titans. But like I said, we lit, we live, we out chill. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to your boy, if you haven't subbed to your boy, I'm gonna need y'all. And excuse my dogs. They hear noises. They hear noises, and they have to. They want to run it up. They want to run it up. They want to run it up. So if you haven't subscribed to the Lochness Podcast on YouTube, road to 500 subs. When I get to 250, I'm gonna try to give something away. I got so much memorabilia that has signatures on it, so I don't mind giving out memorabilia that I've earned myself or won to basically get back to you guys. And then once I hit 500 subs, I'm gonna find a way so I can go ahead and plug it in to give one of my Liddy committee. I call y'all my Liddy committee. Anybody out there who's representing the AFN and rocking with your boy the Lochness, man, and coming into my show consistently, you'll be part of the Liddy committee, man. So showing up and showing out is always a plus. And then coming in here with your mindset on that red and black, man, and seeing only good content, positive content, speak the facts, stats, and the truth like we do, but just rocking with your boy. So I like to give back to people, man, that rock with me, man. Everybody don't rock with you like that, but y'all been rocking with me, man. Even when I'm not here, y'all still rocking with me. You feel me? When y'all go to other people's shows, go ahead and ask them, man, how the Lochness doing? You know what I'm talking about? What your boy doing? So he said every now and then, yeah, one of those scary injuries, noise, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Oh wow. That's crazy. D-Com, you always saying some stuff. Guess what? Eastern Stick commanding the offense. So we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get into that preseason game, man. We're gonna get to it. So since after that, and so hey, look, you know what I'm gonna do? The funny thing is that you said I saw Eastern Stick commanding the offense. My next take, then once we start the show, like we're starting now, the next take is stick and move. Stick and move, man. Y'all be y'all be stealing my takes. Y'all be looking at my notes. Let me go back to my notes, man. Let me go to my notes, man. Let me go to my notes because y'all be sitting here stealing my notes, man. Be looking at something. Hold on, man. Hold on. Yeah, people. I think y'all be stealing my notes. Y'all be finding my Microsoft Service Flow, my iPad or something. Y'all be stealing. I be leaving the password open, and y'all be taking it and looking at all the stuff. You feel me? So this taking is gonna be on a stick and move, man. Like was mentioned, Eastern Stick, man. It was looking a little rocky for him at first, but it seemed like once my guy got his foot in, once they started calling the plays, y'all gotta understand too. This be some soft core. It's not really game speed. It ain't really like I'm gonna really take it serious. I'm gonna go out there and get warmed up. It's almost sparring, if you will. These games are sparring games, if that makes sense. Like if you boxing, you got somebody you sparring with, you ain't really you're just trying to get warmed up, trying to hit the bag or hit the body or hit the hands, do some combination, move your head, stick and move. You know what I'm saying? Stick and move. So Eastern Stick, he did look good. At first he was looking like, okay, what you doing? But as they got comfortable, after it seemed like the Lions stopped playing, they started going down the field. We started going down the field like that. But for the most part, Eastern Stick looked like he's number 3. Can we agree on that? Can we agree that Easton Stick looked like he was surefire QB3? We ain't talking about Emory Jones, I think that was his name is Emory. Emory looked like he was lost. Like he wasn't trying to relish in his opportunity. Now he might be better this next game, but he didn't look like he was relishing in his opportunity. And sometimes, when it comes to opportunities and business, the how they look at you, your first impression is your only impression. Or it's a lasting impression. You feel me? And Lochness is official. I want an autograph, Young Way cool picture, and received it in the mail. Undamaged, much love, brother. For Showski, bro. For Showski. You want it, you got it. That was it. That was it, bro. We sent it out. I had my team send it out, package it, send it to you, bro. You deserved it. You won it. You feel me? I never see him again after preseason, but Stick was serviceable. See, that's the thing, I think sometimes you need somebody just to be a body. Out of the two, 15 in Easton, I don't want to say brother name. He ain't showed me nothing for him to even say his name fully. Easton looked like he was the more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he was the more comfortable. Now the other dude was speedy. He was fast now. He had them legs on him. Pause that. But that's not just enough. You got to be somebody that can, command the offense, somebody that can be a time manager, clock manager, somebody that can read the defense, and somebody who can make the throws, somebody who don't put the ball in harm's way, somebody who makes throws that only our receivers can receive the ball. Easton Stick threw some nice throws, but then again, I can't really say. It was a lot of hand jostling back and forth and grabs and pause that. Holes, pause that. Everything sounds extra. Pause that. But for the most part, just because it's a preseason game, everybody's not going full-fledged. You would hope they're not going full-fledged. Most of the people that's going full-fledged is jockeying for a position. People that's jockeying for a position that trying to make the team, they going to go extra ham. They go extra ham because at the end of the day, they have something to prove. The Alfred, bro. I'm gonna move this one up. I wanted to talk about before I finish with Easton Stick. Can we say Easton Stick is QB3? Put it in the chat if you feel Easton Stick is QB3. Because I felt like he gave for what he was. Like you said, he was serviceable. I felt like what he gave was QB3. Because it wasn't really, like I said, it's a sparring. We ain't really going. I'm just depth it. Like, what I'm saying? Tap, move around, tap. You know what I'm saying? No real big haymakers. You know what I'm saying? He did throw the ball. Blair caught a decent ball in the end zone. It was more to me like we could have did more. They was dinking and dunking, man. They was dinking and dunking. It ain't really like, hey, let's not get anybody hurt. Stuff like that. I felt like Easton Stick was, like you said, serviceable. He did what you want to see Easton Stick again. Like next game, what you want to see Easton Stick again, doing what he did this last game. Commanding the offense more than 15. I think it's number 15. He said QB 2.5. Okay. So I think if he get another showing this time against the Tennessee Titans, I think we're gonna see a little bit better. It's gonna be better. I believe in my heart of hearts it's gonna be better. Is he gonna be better? If you do something long enough, you eventually get good at it. inevitable. You know what I'm talking about? So if you do something long enough, you eventually just gradually get good at it regardless. It gets easier for you to do. You know what I'm saying? So my next take, caught lacking. Caught lacking. Who can you say, like in this game, who was caught lacking besides D. Alfred? And I don't know where he was, but who can you say was caught lacking? Like some people was caught lacking. Like it was some plays where I felt that we was kind of exposed on some things. And I get it. We don't have the first stream out there. You know what I'm saying? We had a mixture of the bunch, third stream, fourth, people jockeying for opportunities. Somebody to play an additional game. So we're going to say caught lacking. He said, I think it's fair to give Emory a little more time to cook since the game had to end, but Stick probably got the job. Stick got the job due to his arm talent for now. Now, if he go out next game and start throwing INTs, and then Emory, because it's all about what people don't understand, each team sometimes have a playbook or a blueprint on the quarterback they're going against. They plan to stop whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And then within that adversity, if you could still overcome the adversity and still manage to win a game or still score, do this, whatever plays they're calling against the defensive plays they're calling against your offense, that means they need to switch it up. And then sometimes people got different game plans. So for right now, I think the game plan was whoever looks the best is going to go out there the most. He looked the best. For the most part. He said Lamar Jackson, number 38, was caught lacking. Oh, absolutely. Dang, Lamar. You was caught lacking, my guy. D. Alfred, although you scooped up that fumble, caught lacking. Dude, he been caught lacking a lot. Last year he was getting caught lacking. Like getting caught lacking. And then this has nothing to do with just defensive wise. I mean, one thing that the Lions defense, they got caught lacking by drumming. I wouldn't think we'll be saying the name like Drummond. Drummond was out there. He was kind of balling. He was the only person that was. It's like his hands were like him, and then the opportunities that Nick Nash. Hey man, y'all better watch out for big old 80. Pause that. Number 80. What's happening? Yeah, number 80, man. Nick Nash, man. He's a slower version of Drake London to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one to break down O-line play, but we've been reading when was the best at center, and we didn't get no push in the run game. Yeah, see, that's why you really can't do, by the outset, you really can't do a good evaluation off of a sparring match. This was a sparring match. This is a sparring game. This is the first preseason game. You don't want to do too much. You want everything simplified, and you want to go out there and make the adjustments, knowing how to do stuff, looking at this, seeing what players going to do, see who's going to step up. You want to have those opportunities like that where you're not doing a lot, but you're getting a lot done, if that makes sense. So they was probably saying, hey, go out there, have fun, don't hurt yourself, give the quarterback enough time. True enough, we had like four or five different running backs or something. And none of them was going anywhere. They was going nowhere. They was getting caught in the backfield. they was getting caught in the backfield. Lacking Alfred might start till the bye week and then lose his spot. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think the Alfred understands all the people that's in the same CB room that this man is in. All the defensive backs we got or have, and my dude, it's a reason why we have a lot. You know, you give them to the bye week to lose his spot. That's crazy. Is our bye week early? That's crazy. I think my guy gonna be about it before even. He's gonna be on special teams. He's gonna be running the kicks back. He good at that. He good at running the kicks back. Man, caught lacking. Absolutely gave you Nathaniel. Absolutely gave you nothing. Dotson gave you nothing. And I can't, like I said, you can't really, give him another game. And if it's the same thing from last game, and then 4 preseason games, and they still give you the same thing, hey, if they still give you the same thing, hey, I can't give him 2 more games. If he's still doing the same thing when he getting caught in the backfield, he tiptoeing it and fall down, he got to go. He got to go then. It's like, bro, I mean, we got two definite running backs that's moving. You want to be 3 and 4. I mean, that's the reason why we ran like 4 different people. We trying to see. Even somebody like Ray can come out the backfield like a running back. Come on now. What's up, T. Terry? What's happening? Where's Coach at, bro? Hey, man, it's how I do it, bro. I come in here. I'm going to talk my talk. I'm going to do my do. I'm going to do my thing, regardless of who here or not. So if they pull up, blessings. Just like my boy who just pulled up now. What's happening?
Pull up, 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 pull up. That's what we do.
Yeah, you came in a long time. Cause I was like, hey, let me pull my ball. He was like, what coach? I said, I'm doing this thing by myself regardless. So let somebody pull up and I look down and there go my body. But yeah, so what we're talking about now is the take is who caught lacking. Who did you feel in that preseason game was caught lacking? And it ain't really got nothing to do with like they got something done to them. It could have been somebody doing something that caused the defense to be lacking. Like I'm gonna say this, I say this. Our defensive, how they were stripping the ball and getting to the fumbles and stuff. I think the Lions offense was caught lacking, thinking that, we were gonna be like that's giving you a more opportunity to see what this defense is gonna be about. Opportunistic type. We're gonna be going for the ball. Pause that. You're gonna be going to make sure, like, might be jumping routes to get INTs. But who do you feel caught lacking? I'm gonna tell you who they said. They said Dotson was caught lacking because he didn't do nothing. D. Alford caught lacking. I said Drummond had the defense caught lacking too, because that man was catching. He was out there balling, man. He was trying to win a spot on the team. He was catching the ball like he was trying to win a spot on the team. Like what they saying, Rocky, what Creed told Rocky when he was like, I come back tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Sometimes you got to do it today because there ain't no tomorrow. So who do you feel like was caught lacking in that game? Did you view the game? Let me ask you that. Sometimes people ain't. Did you view the game or you looked at the highlights?
You talking about this preseason game from this past weekend, from Friday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I see. I definitely tuned into the game.
Okay.
I didn't get to catch all of it live, because I was moving and out and about on the block. But the parts I missed, I went back and watched on the NFL Plus app. But I was listening. I had it still playing it. Like if I couldn't see it, I was at least listening to it.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think Elijah Dotson, he got caught. He was lacking. He was tiptoeing out there. He probably gonna be looking at a early departure. Well, not an early departure, but he gonna be looking at a departure from the team soon, probably.
He said 5 carries with 0 yards.
Hold on. You say he had 5 carries with 0 yards?
That's what he said. D. Coleman said D. Coleman got the stats. D. Coleman said he had 5 carries with 0 yards.
I haven't looked at his stats, but if that's the case, yeah, he out of here. He out of here. Opportunities at the professional level aren't at an abundance. You're only gonna get 1, 2. You very, very lucky. Very lucky if you get 3 opportunities at this level to prove yourself. And he didn't. If that's Elijah Dotson's first opportunity, he ain't. If he get a second, it's his last one.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said at this Tennessee game, he do the same thing. Yeah, but it is right here in my face. Elijah Dotson, he's the last on the running back. He had 5 carries for 0 yards. Corbin had 1 for 1. The quarterback had 2 for 9, and Carter had 3 for 12. So we wasn't really running that game. Now next game we might run. We were passing. They weren't getting. They said we didn't get no push in the pocket for the run game. And I said it's a sparring match. It's like it's a preseason game. You first going out there. You ain't going super fast. You probably going like about 60%.
Yeah.
You probably going 60%.
Nathan Carter would have probably had a better game if the game would have continued. He was getting some good yards per carry. He had like 4 yards per carry. So he was actually getting some good traction. And I felt like in a way like they had him at the back of the damn running back room going into that game, but I felt like that he was going to end up being the guy that made his way towards making the 53 anyway. He'll probably be that third running back. But it's just all based on what they do from here. But in that game, yeah, Elijah Dotson, that's who I get a you got caught slipping award to.
You said you got caught slipping. You said, man, we're gonna get it. I call it caught lacking, bro. And then I'm gonna go to the take before this. I call it stick and move. How did you feel about Stick? And how did you feel about number 15? I ain't giving him a name yet, so he showed me something. So number 15 quarterback, and then Stick. How you think Stick looked out there for his?
I think Stick looked like a guy that's used to a system. The Zach Robinson, he's used to Zach Robinson's system from back with the Rams. So he looked like somebody that was going to be able to go out there and put together what he already knew in place. And because he looked like a suitable backup quarterback. If he's a guy that can, manage you 1 or 2 games to give a quarterback time to get back into the flow, he'll starting quarterback back into the flow. I don't know if he looked like that, but he does look like somebody that can at least dress on your 53 for now.
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm saying I feel like I'm doing a lot of word vomit because I can't figure out what to fucking say. But it's somewhere along the lines of whatever I just said.
Right. So D. Coleman said the tight ends as a staff label and a crew, they was lacking. The tight ends were lacking. When I tell you they were doing dummy, like dude just stopped blocking in the middle of the block. I'm looking like, what? I think it was like 80. What is it? 81? Oh, is he? 80. No, he went 81. That's drumming. Oh, he's 86, 80, 88. I think it was 86. Dude stopped blocking in the middle of the block. Dude was running behind him. He just stopped blocking, and the defender just came around. I guess because it was just like, hey, don't go full speed. So I can't really give a really accurate assessment because I knew this was a sparring game. This was a game that was. This wasn't a real. Let's go now. The game before the actual start of the season, that's gonna be different. That's when they're gonna be like, hey, everybody gonna be trying to get, hey, man, let me show my anus. Let me show my anus, man. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, they said the Alfred man starting week 1. I mean, he ain't starting week 1 because they said Billy Bowman. Billy done already beat my guy out of his spot. So that's why my G is jockeying for position. But that's another person I felt he was lacking since last year, bro. He been caught lacking. Well, he's special teams, though. I think he's a special teams guy. He'll be a rotational piece.
Yeah. I don't think D'Alford played a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he played a bad game. He did give up a touchdown, which is how you lose games in football. So, you know, that means that matters. That happened.
Did you see how he gave up that touchdown? My guy was already out of position, and he didn't even play the ball or look back not one time until the dude was already in the air about to catch the ball.
Well, that's why I feel like communication has to be better. And I said that you know, in the post game reaction with coach them.
Mm-hmm.
If the communication is better, you know what they like to do. You know what teams like to do in those situations. So be ready for that pick play to happen. It's still not an excuse that you gave up the damn touchdown just because, they ran a pick play. Well, that's what teams do in those situations. They run pick plays. We do the same damn thing. So if the communication is better, then you probably don't get that up. But somebody that's been around for a little while now like D'Alford, I'm expecting you to be a guy that recognizes that in those situations and make that communication happen. I'm expecting you to be that guy that does that. But because you didn't do that, then that also is held against you.
Yeah. Rise up, Christy Lewis. So I believe he still has a place on this team. I don't think he's because he worked for his spot throughout the last year or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he's somebody that's he does what he does. And like I said, I can't give a full assessment because he was there in the game like damn near every game last year, and he always had, you always had number 20 doing something. You know what I'm saying? So he's not like your boy Michael Walker. You know what I'm saying? So he's more so like he was just out of position. Which a lot of people AJ has been out of position, a lot of times. Jesse Bates has been out of position. But he's like somebody like Jesse Bates is so good. Somebody like AJ Terrell is good to a point. They might have one slip up, but then majority of the game they on one or two slip ups, but the majority of the game they on point. So I think a lot of us be ready to crucify these people after something they do bad once because sometimes the wrong defensive play be called. You know what I'm saying? The wrong defensive play be called. Like you said, the adjustments on defense didn't see. Hey, watch out! Go ahead. Stand out wide, it's just knowing what to do or calling the right plays. That's how playing football works. You have an offense going against a defense. You see what they're giving you. You go ahead and try and change your audible. You do something different. They think you're doing this when you're doing that. You show something that you're not showing. You show blitz, you're not blitzing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, to me, he was lacking on that play. But he's not somebody that I feel like, and they talked about how Billy Bowman beat him out. I really think he's still gonna be a rotational piece. Now, will he lose some playing time if he continue doing what he's been doing? Absolutely. And the rookies, ball out. Absolutely. That's anybody. Gats boy said, "What they do, Blackberry? What's happening?" GA Texas.
What's up with you? What's up with you, Judge Texas boy? What's up with your chat? Sorry, I ain't been. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge the faithful. Sorry for not acknowledging the faithful.
No, he doing, man. I don't know. He probably tired over there. So
man, it's been a long day.
Before I even get to the rookies, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this. But did you see that BS call that Hitman Helms had when he slid into old boy, knocked him out? They threw that flag. They threw that flag before that man even touched him. I was like, why the flag's already out? They were kind of premature, like I already know he finna probably hit him hard. So he was just throwing. I was like, bro, that was a clean hit. Yeah. I think that looked awesome to see him back out there doing what he do. Doing what he do.
I don't know how I didn't do it, but I meant to when I was watching the replay, because I didn't watch the all 22. I watched the actual replay of the game. I meant to look for the position of the referee that called it, because a lot of times what happened is the referee got a bad angle on the hit that they throw the flag on. They just know the angle they got. They see the impact, but they don't know the placement of the hit really. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I really was trying to see I need to go back and look at the position of that referee, because maybe he had a angle on it where the receiver looked like his head was down and or something like that. Maybe it looked like contact to the head at first. I don't know. I don't like making excuses for the refs because we know they really don't deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But it was a stupid call.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that the replay assist that you're able to use now for the whole game and not just for the last 2 minutes of the half. I'm hoping that's something that affects positively those bad calls not being called and calls that need to be called getting called.
Oh
yeah. I don't think it worked like that in the replay assist though, but hopefully, man, that changes over time.
Yeah. So I don't know. What did you feel about what you seen with the defense? I'm gonna stick with Helens, but what you feel about the defense? What did you see? What relished in the moment for you to be like, oh yeah, we out here. We what did you see?
The speed, the controlled speed, everybody playing fast, but also being disciplined in their assignments, being disciplined in technique and fundamentals. That more so than anything stood out to me about the defense, because it's real easy for teams to play fast and tenacious and be very aggressive, but also be wild in their approach. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're playing aggressive, but it's wild aggressiveness, and it's real easy for teams to look like that. I think some of the a lot of the plays that was given up for the Lions to get in the field goal range or into the red zone was mostly because we didn't have the veteran leadership in the
absolutely.
There was no Caden Ellis, there was no Jesse Bates, there was no AJ or Mike Hughes. So because you don't have that, that's where that lack of communication and that bad discipline come from.
Right, absolutely. Like I said, it's a sparring game. It wasn't a game that you can, like I said, they wasn't like 60%. They wasn't going full-fledged,
I mean, they were. They just upstairs. They weren't.
Yeah,
psychology part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I say what you don't know, now you know. So what you didn't know, what some people didn't understand is, like you said, they they look at preseason games like they're actual games that they're trying to win. No, they're actually trying to assess the people and they're putting them in position to see what they're going to do so they can be game time ready. So at the end of the day, they want to see ones who, hey, you get an opportunity, show me that you want this opportunity. Show me that you're going to relish in this opportunity. And then you got somebody like Doxson getting five touches, and you get 0 yards. That's a recipe for disaster. If anything, I didn't even know he had 5 carries. I thought he only had like 3. And that is it for him to have 5. And
I thought he had more than 5. I thought he had more than 5 touches. I thought he had like 9 or 10 touches, and got probably 10 yards at most. But right. To know he had 5 with 0.
A goose egg?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. I ain't say he out of here, boy. That man, they finna have we might even see him that game. We might look at the depth chart. He might be already gone. Oh, man. The waiver wire
been written. You don't get no more chapters in this book.
But he already got that chicken plates in his locker. All his stuff already gone with the meal, with the wing plate and the little thing. That's crazy. He said, I'm concerned about the run defense. They might be bullied. I can't agree with that, D-Mac.
The run defense was good I mean, they couldn't run the ball.
Let's look at the stats, man. I would rather let me look at the stats and let me make sure what you're saying makes sense to me. What it was to me was it was a lot of chunk plays. So, and you also, just like we alluded to the fact of, they didn't have the veterans out there, broski. They didn't really have to have everybody sprinkled in. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a full team. They had some people that were vets, some people that was second year, then stop. Then we put some new people because they're trying to mix and blend and see what works. Because they're thinking, if I got a guy that's just like Rook, then I got a guy that's trying to jock for a position. And then I put Rook out there with him and see which one on each side and see which one mesh. Or then I take Rook out and keep the other guy in there and see what he do. Then I put Rook back. Then I put Rook with Ebiketie. Then I put Ebiketie with you know what I'm saying? So you can't really give a fair shake on the first preseason game. Now, like I said,
they rushing yards came from their quarterbacks getting out the packet and running, getting those some yards. That's what most of their rushing yard came from. They had 100. They had 100 rushing yards. But that was mostly from their quarterbacks.
Yeah, both of their quarterbacks. Yeah. And that's most of the time when you're not sending a spy on the quarterback, they'll get behind you. Or once the play breaks, but he has some athleticism where he can get down the field and everybody's guarding whoever they're guarding, plays like that happen. You know, but I don't think our run defense, like I said, is going to be is an issue. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Like, man, we need to do some work. It's not a concern to me. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of the level of gameplay, like the level of, like I said, if this was the 4th preseason game where they done probably put Michael Penix in there for damn near 3 or 4, maybe even, Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, and everybody got a touch and taste of the ball. Pause that. And then I'll be like, oh man, we're looking bad. But then again, also it's preseason. Sometimes they might be like, hey man, we ain't trying to hurt nobody or trying to do nothing extra. Get you warmed up, get you good to go. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't think we got a problem with the run defense, bro. He said we need to put a starting NT nose tackle in the middle really to set the defense off. Yeah. Starting nose tackle. I think they're gonna switch it up. I believe, like I said, man, this is the first game. They was just trying, like they're experimenting, if you will. We're experimenting, trying to see what we can do, trying to see, how it looks with this package, how it looks with that package, trying to see who's gonna work, who's gonna be here next week, who's not gonna do too much. So I don't have no problem with it. South side. So he said Southside Rick, I agree with you, but some reason the Falcons for a year love undersized players with speed. Yeah, we like undersized players with speed, bro.
Who undersized?
Ebiketti. No,
No, who they saying undersized?
you gotta say who other side.
Yeah, be specific on who you talking about.
I guess since you're talking about we need a starting nose is because we need a starting nose guard. Most of them guys are stupid, bro. Like Graham, these dudes. Graham is not undersized. It's like Rook ain't undersized. I mean, he said, "Stop making excuses, guys." That's not an excuse, my G. Why would I go?
We asking you to be specific about who's undersized. Who's undersized?
Be specific.
No, he was talking about the like the run defense being bullied, but like, bro, I can't even like, bro. In an exhibition match. In an exhibition, you're not going to play your best players throughout the entire exhibition, bro.
Yeah, what you mean we making excuses about a preseason game? The whole point of the preseason game is to evaluate the talent that's going to be behind the starters. So if the talent behind the starters ain't up to snuff, that's what the preseason game is for. That's what it's for, to see if they up to snuff. So we didn't, like we said, no Jesse Bates, no Caden Ellis, no Divine Diablo, no Mike Hughes. I don't understand what excuse was made. Players didn't play that are going to play in a regular season game that make all the difference.
Okay.
We don't want to overanalyze a preseason game now. What did they name D-Mac? D-Mac. We don't want to overanalyze a preseason game, bro.
Okay. So he said the front cape undersized front seven. Okay. If you look at our defensive line, it's a lot of guys that are new coming into the system, coming into the team. I don't honestly believe, like, just because you're a bigger person or a bigger human being, you cloud them like you're better. Like that, like your skill set for whatever size you are. If you're good and your skill set is what it is, you'll be great regardless. Like, to me, you got to get the right type of people, calling the right type of defenses, people moving the pocket, and it's an assignment based. Football is an assignment based. On that O-line, have you ever played O-line or D-line? If you ain't never played O-line or D-line, when I first started playing football, I was a D-line person. Because I was a little chunky, little fat little dude. You know what I'm saying? Short. I was on the side. But my mindset was like, bro, I was the biggest person on the field. So you couldn't tell me ning thang. So, but when they give you the assignments, they don't expect you to be like, hey, we don't want you to bull rush. We want you to go. We want you to push this way. You want to make a way for the person behind you to get to the quarterback. So size, my job might just be to push this person to the left. My job might be to sometimes, hey, go get the quarterback. My job might also be to take on a double team so somebody can be open. So it's crazy. It's crazy how you would say that, our team is undersized.
I mean, because it's actually not true that we undersized, because the lightest group in the front on the offense, on the defensive line, the lightest two guys are 270 and 275. And that's Zach Harrison is 270 and Fox is 275. Everybody else is either 290 or better. That's not undersized. And as far as your edge guys goes, nobody cares about your edge guys being light if they can beat the tackle or the tight end off of the snap. If they this motherfucker, my bad, y'all. I'm doing two things at a time. But nobody cares about that if your edge guys can beat the tackle and the tight end off of the line. Nobody cares about them being light at edge. As far as go ahead. Yeah.
He's saying he's talking about period. He's talking about our squad regardless. Like when we had, Grady, whoever, our starters. He's not talking about preseason, he's saying regardless, our team, our line is undersized. And I mean, regardless of what, I can't now until I think you really need to go look at our stats and see where we was at with our defense when it came to run defense. Let's look at that stat from last year, not this year, because we got new people in position. We got people, we got new stuff going on. Let's see what tell me where our defensive ranked in run defense last year, and then we assess that this year and see, regardless of size, we can still get the job done. Sometimes when I really don't, to be real with you, bro.
I'm trying to figure out why past teams matter about right now. Because if he talking about just past teams that we've had, that ain't got shit to do with the team we got now. And the team we got now is not undersized.
Yeah, bro. What we do have on this team, though, I'm not gonna cap. We do have, versatile people. Our person is that you put them next to somebody else that's good, and then they'll be great. Those are the type of people where you could put a Fox, you could put, a Leonard Floyd next to old boy. You know what I'm saying? Who Leonard Floyd was next to for him to be great. So we got those type of guys, those character guys, where you put them next to a Rook, you put them next to an Anya Model, you put them next to, James Pierce Jr. And then what we're trying to create, regardless of size, we're trying to create pressure. Now, if these guys don't get pressure, because they can be, even if they're considered undersized, but if these guys are getting sacks and pressures and disrupting the plays, then the conversation is not in void. It's like, okay, well, so they're undersized, but they're getting the job done. That's just like saying, hey man, you got some Reeboks on where everybody else got Nikes, but the person with the Reeboks win. It's like he said, you're just doing an eye test. I can't. I mean, I get it off the eye test, but honestly, broski, we gotta see results first. I can't because we look good on paper. If that's the case, if you look at us, we look good on paper. If that's
is his eye test based on the undersizedness that he's talking about?
I think I don't know
because I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to pick on. I'm not trying to single out nobody in the chat. That's not what I'm doing. But help it make sense to us what you're saying. Because you're saying
what he's saying is our team is used to getting guys that are undersized.
Okay, so he's just making a general statement, not necessarily analyzing.
Yes. So from my knowledge of what his comments are saying, the Falcons always get these undersized guys. Number one of the reasons I feel like our defenses get the undersized guys, if that is a thing, I would feel, and it's just an opinion, I feel we get guys that we can afford at the time. Ask yourself, when the last time we got offensive line dudes that was like skyscrapers across the board? we get guys that, you know, has a certain skill set that fits our scheme of our defense. If it's undersized, maybe it's the scheme that we're going for that will provide us with the archetype type of person that we're needing to. That's what we're getting. Like if you need a center, you're not going to get somebody that's 6'2". You're going to get somebody that's 7 foot. You know what I'm saying? So maybe our scheme requires us to have those smaller guys. Maybe our scheme, because I mean, people say I'm a big guy. When I stood next to Graham, he didn't seem like he was undersized. Dude was stupid. Like, hey, you know, I mean, I just feel like we get who we get. He said, "Stop the run first. It's important. Football never changes. Trying to be cute does." Thank you, guys. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the conversation, bro. All good. We moving on. Rookie showcase. Did you see how JPJ was moving through the position? His footwork can be a little bit better. Like how they talked about the alpha footwork. JPJ, he's a little upright. But he was like seconds away from getting to the quarterback. But then again, like I said, it's hard to assess these games because it's just an exhibition. Walker like a beast, bro. Jalen Walker look a little different. My boy look like he finna like rip somebody's head off or something. Pause that. But who in the rookie show, like which one of the rookies stood out to you? Because everybody they didn't really do too much, but they was like people was doing, you know what I'm saying?
Out of all the rookies, I kind of want to say who stood out the most out of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, who stood out the most? What's happening?
I'm gonna probably have to go with I'm gonna say Nick Nash, just based off of, you know, offensively you can see it more. You know, him catching, you know, making catches.
Yeah, that's my boy right
there. But you know, James Pierce Jr. he was applying pressure pretty consistently, as well as Jalen Walker. They were both providing some consistent pressure. You know, it might not have resulted in sacks and all that, but the pressure was there. But I'm gonna say Nick Nash.
Yeah, I like the Nick Nash too, number 80, bro. I feel like we're gonna see him on the field, bro. You know, in my last show, I talked about him being somebody that's on the field during those times when we have red zone opportunities, because he's a red zone threat as well. And I was thinking like him with Kyle Pitts, a Drake London, a Bijan Robinson, and you know, whoever else on the other end. It don't really matter. I'll just have him and Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and a Ray and a Bijan in the backfield. On some red zone opportunities to draw mixed matches. I think he's going to be the person they're going to go to, because Drake London's going to get it. Drake London's going to require maybe a double team or even Kyle Pitts. So that's going to leave opportunity for Ray or him. And I think he only missed one pass, I believe, 1 or 2 passes. I think he had 5 targets and he caught 3 for decent yardage on each. I like I said, I like Nick Nash. I was sold on Nick Nash once I checked his film and I looked at him like, hey man, he reminds me of Drake. He reminds me of Drake London. Making fun of say rise up. He said, I'm here to hunt AT. I ain't even gonna put that up here on the screen, bro.
What?
All right.
Well, people literally make their names for trolling on damn. Like, come on.
Yeah, Mooney. I hopefully Mooney will be back. Um, I heard something about Braylon Trice being hurt again. And I think he's finna be gone too, bro. If he's hurt again, bro, it's like, bro, you ain't even got on the field not one time, like really like that, bro. So yeah, but yeah, I think Nick Nash is gonna be that guy. Even when Drake London is getting a rest, you're gonna see him come out there. We got majority of the players that we picked up, to be real with you, these are plug and play players. These are ready to go and make some opportunities happen. There are people like you say, if they're not going to get a start, they're going to get a nod to go out there when their numbers call, and it's going to be during game situations. So, even Kobe Bryant looked like he was aware out there. They all look like they was good to go. They seem like for it just to be a little exposition. Like I said, only time will tell. But we do have players that are plug and play. Like a JPJ is a plug and play. Walker's a plug and play. Billy Bowman, Watt, Xavier, Nick Nash. They just showing you, they're showing you their skill set. So, and then they fell up under the radar. Like a lot of people we got fell up under the radar, and it was like, wow, how did we get this person? And then and I hate to say this, I'm gonna pause. But did Kobe Bryant look undersized to you?
Undersized is perceptive.
They always talked about how he's undersized. That's why he didn't get drafted. And I was like,
he's a cornerback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you expect him to look like Jalen Walker trying to keep up with these receivers?
Him and Clark Phillips III probably the same size. Like, he's a cornerback. Cornerbacks can make up it. You got different types of cornerbacks. You got tall cornerbacks that are good. They just got good length and they know how to use their length. You got short cornerbacks who make up for being short with
speed, with
their vertical and their speed, and their ability to close on the ball. Like, it's been plenty of. I'm not gonna go down the damn list of names of cornerbacks over time, but it's different types of cornerbacks. Here in Atlanta, we've had different types of cornerbacks over our history.
Brent Grimes, and he was still.
Brent Grimes was small. I mean,
it was a baller, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the guy that's been making some fuss this year with his podcast, Asante Samuel, ain't no big guy. He's been a small corner his whole career. So, I mean, we had Dante Robinson, who was a big corner. He was big. So it's different types of corners, man.
They say old boy Maurice Norris is back home, and they say he's gonna be back in 2 weeks.
Blessings.
Right.
Hey, you mind if we get that question by D-Mac? I think we missed it.
Whereas
He's saying, guys, do you agree? What did he say? Guys, do you agree? Yeah, there.
So, guys, do you agree with nonsense of having Jalen specifically focus on rushing the passer? When I first heard that nonsense, was it absurd? It was absurd to me. I think what it is sometimes you have, when you're in a position, you have an assignment. You feel me? So if he's out there with a Divine Diablo, and he's out there with him, he might not be required to be in coverage because we got Divine Diablo here. And we might just tell him to go get the quarterback. To disrupt. Sometimes disruption is also a great skill set too. You might not be able to be like Aaron Donald and be small and just go through triple teams and get to the quarterback still. But sometimes a person's assignment just might be required to, hey, you will be the Mike. You disguise yourself as a Mike, but drop back in coverage. And then somebody like Kobe be the Mike. because it was a time when I think Kobe he was gonna remind me a little bit of AJ Terrell when they sometimes it seems like he over pursues. He's gonna do that. They're gonna have to get him to a point where how to like have a wide base pause so he can be able to maneuver. Because when he got back there to the backfield, even with JPJ having a mindset where you can either go to the runner because if he hand the ball off, you already right there. It's either or. If it's a pass, if it's a play action, you can go to either other option because whoever's gonna have the ball. Sometimes they over pursue and then they put their own athleticism gets them out of position. But like I said, it's all about assignment based to me. So that's not absurd to me. It was sometimes we're called to do certain things that at that time, situational football, you might not need to necessarily play coverage or play to your strength on that play. We just need you to go after the quarterback because you want to disguise what you're doing. So now, and then another thing that's very strategic when you're doing these interviews, some people don't give out their playbook. They don't give out their blueprint. They'll say, yeah, we're going to probably have him rushing the quarterback all the time. So when the teams are looking for him to rush, he probably drop down the pass because you're not going to tell everybody what you're going to do.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to allude to. Like, he said that he's going to have him master being a pass rusher first. He didn't necessarily say, I'm not going to play him at linebacker. He didn't say that. he never said, I'm not going to play him at the weak side linebacker. I'm not going to have him standing up in behind the line. I'm not going to have him in coverage. He never said he wasn't going to do those things. He just said, I'm going to have him master being a pass rusher first. That's what he said. So, it is what it is. If you, like I said, it's real easy in the off season, in training camp, in preseason. It's very easy to overanalyze what we hear and what we see. Now, what you see, you probably not gonna overanalyze if it's in play, because it is no other truth in this damn. If there's nothing else that's truth in football, basketball, whatever sport, is the play. Can't nobody tell you they the best damn free throw shooter in the game, but they 5 for 10 at the line. So but it's real easy to overanalyze what we hear, and it's okay because, like I say, just like with the starter who gonna start thing, at the end of the day, it's all about the W's. If we get W's and do the complete opposite of what they said we was gonna do this offseason, the W is all that matters. You shouldn't care how we get there.
He said, D. Coleman said, hypothetically, if Mooney isn't ready to go on week 1, he's put on IR, who's our starting 6 wideouts? Well, I can give you, I already know Drummond. Drummond's going to get him a spot. Drummond going to get him a spot. We already talked about Nick Nash. We already know Drake London. That goes without saying. We already got Hodge. That goes without saying. Then we got 2 more. So, Blair, that's 5.
Hold on. Name them off again. Your 5. The 5 you done name them off.
Drake London, Nick Nash, Blair, Drummond, and let's see. He said no Mooney. So Drummond, Nick Nash, Blair, Hodge, and Drake London.
Ray McLeod.
Ray McLeod.
That's fine.
Ray. Let's say Ray, Drake. Them the starters right there. Ray, Drake, Nick Nash, Drummond, Blair, Hodge. That's 6 right there.
So I'm gonna go with another direction for this scenario. Drake, Ray, David Seals III,
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Hold on, is he a third? I ain't gonna say that. I can't remember what he is. So I'm gonna say David Seals. So I'm gonna say Drake, Ray, Seals, Chris Blair, Nick Nash. Did I say? I said Seals already.
Mm-hmm. You got
Hodge. Yeah, Hodge.
Okay. So you put Seals in there instead of putting Drummond. I just feel like Drummond, he's one of those guys who, to me, he has heart. He's gonna go out there and go get it. He's gonna go out there and look like how Burkhart was before he got hurt. So he reminds me of him, where is that one guy, he's gonna show up. He showed up a lot in the catches. Positive yards, positive catches, boom, bouncing up off the ground when he gets out, running back to, like, he's showing to me that's good enough for him to be a starter to me. Because
shit, we forgot about Agnew.
Oh dang!
so I gotta change it. Because I know some people think that it's possible that they'll switch his position to running back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think Nathan Carter is going to make this team as the third running back in the running back room, and I don't think they're going. The fourth option is going to be on the practice squad. So I think Agnew going to be still listed at receiver. So it is in that scenario where Darnell Mooney is put on the injury reserve list. I'm gonna go Drake, Ray, Agnew, Blair.
Mm-hmm. Seals, you got Seals.
Seals.
Mm-hmm. Hodge.
Nick Nash. Oh yeah, Hodge. Shit, I can't forget about Hodge. So
Hodge. Yeah, you gotta put Hodge in there. You gotta put Hodge in there because he the one who caught that pass and ran that thing in overtime. Dipped straight up. He did it. Yeah, so you gotta put Hodge in there. And then I feel like some people might still be in the room. They might just not dress. You know what I'm talking about? So some of the players we might not like.
Yeah, because you could be on the fit because they can they can dress 48 or 49 if you count the third quarterback, the number 3 quarterback.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, bro, we got. I consider Kyle Pitts a wide out, bro. I'm gonna just be real, 100%. I consider him another wide out. We don't really have a tight end that's doing tight end stuff. We're trying to get people to do tight end stuff, but his athleticism. I don't know, man. To me, like I said, we have a good wide receiver room, just like we have a good defensive back room. Like we got a good, defensive lineman room. Our O-line, it's solidified because it's the same people. I don't think we're switching out people too often. I think like next year's draft, we're gonna start drafting O-line people. Well, we did get an O-line person this year too, right? The last person we drafted this year was an O-line person, right?
Right.
Yeah, so
that was Jack Nelson.
Okay.
Who didn't have a good day against
No, he didn't. Caught lacking.
Yeah.
Caught going back to that, he was caught lacking, like really bad. Like it was like, ooh, like I mean, hopefully it's just the jitters of being out there, maybe, because some people got to adapt from the collegiate level to the NFL level. Real, like, some people don't got that on the outfit.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's gonna take some time. To Washington.
Casey Washington.
Okay. Hodge and Casey Washington. Yeah. I don't know. Seals is a fifth. Seals V.
And you know, all of our takes right now are based off of the one preseason game.
Yeah.
As far as who stays and who goes. For all we know in these next 2 games, Chris Blair might turn into straight ass. David Seals don't get another damn catch. And damn and damn Casey Washington end up being a damn superstar out there this preseason. So who right now we just going based off of what we've already seen. We still got more preseason to go.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Hodge is going away. He's solidified, especially even though he's a good.
No, Hodge ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he's a good special team. He said our backup O line can pass protect, but the run blocking needs to be improved. I believe that with the tight ends too. Like I said, we're still jockeying for those tight ends that can just block, bro. Yeah, you gotta be somebody.
Yeah. And keep something into account too. That Detroit Lions front seven, they played a lot of guys that's already got, you know, they've been in the league for a little bit now. They played a lot of experienced guys and a lot of good rotational pieces at linebacker and on the defensive line. So they really didn't put guys out there that they don't know if they're gonna make the team or not. They put a lot of guys out there they know that's going to be on the team. Right. So you got to keep that into account too about that game.
Yeah. So we still on the Q&A. Anybody got some questions for us before we head out? I don't want to be keeping out.
Y'all ask some questions, man. I'm just going through the goddamn motion with y'all tonight.
I'm just here. Whatever you got for me.
I ain't trying that to say it like that, like, you know, like I ain't here for the you know, I ain't trying to say it like that.
Hey man, we out, man. Hey, we out had them days when we just on chill. I'm on chill. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't even on chill, bro. I'm just.
He said, I'm in the building.
Yeah, man. It was. I got off work later than I wanted to, and come find out I got to go back out sooner than I wanted to. So, like right after this, I'm going right back out onto the damn block, and I'm just not in a guy. I'm not cheery Blackberry right now. That's all. I ain't in no good mood right now. That's all.
D-Mac said he want a wide receiver room that can catch the ball.
Jonte Rose just say, "What's up?" He said he want what? I want a wide receiver room who can actually catch the ball. That's what we hope for.
Wishful thinking.
Jonte Rose just say, "What's a hockey lineup?"
What's a hockey lineup?
I would assume it's a lineup that's gonna smack the shit at you.
Yeah, everybody has one on, got their hand in the dirt. Got your hand in the dirt.
Yeah, and they finna foul off in your ass.
Mm-hmm. Pause. Jada Black said, "Do you think the preseason game was conducted properly?" As far as the officiating, absolutely not. I mean, that's every game though. Every game there's always going to be some holes. Everybody they hold every play. It's just who gets caught doing it. Because they got to play the game where like, when they hold, they get caught. They're like, what? Like what me? Like you got to do that. It's a little acting in there, you know. So
I'm not too sure what she mean by the question. If it was conducted properly.
That's why I'm saying like, was it officiated properly? I'm gonna just go off of what I just said as far as the officiating. If you talking about the referees, or do you talk about like the players, the scheme? Because like I said, it's an exhibition game, so it's an evaluation of who's possibly gonna make the team and seeing what the guys are gonna do. So that's really kind of subjective to what perspective you send at, and then. So
I think what she meant was it conducted properly by them shutting down the game because of the unfortunate injury to Maurice Norris. Because she asked right here, she said, which one do you want to get that one first?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Megan. Let's see. I'm gonna go right down. What do you feel about nickel battle Little concern there. At the nickel position,
I know why she's concerned.
Why? I don't know.
She concerned D'Alford gonna keep his position.
I mean, I get it. I mean, he was caught lacking. I told you he was caught lacking. And I just feel like, I honestly feel like how you mentioned before, man, they didn't have the original recipe. The original, you try to make mac and cheese without, with the cheese, it's not gonna taste the same. So without the proper players out there to, to cut like aliens to say, hey, watch out for the chip or whatever they emotions are for you to go ahead and be aware of certain things happening on defense. So, but like it was mentioned too, the Alpha was also, he's not somebody that's like a rookie either. So it's like, yeah, my guy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, we got some other players that, like I said, the defensive back room is deep. And it's got some studs in there, some possibilities in there. So I'm not really concerned. I'm more concerned. Yeah, I'm more concerned about, who's gonna make the team, because we got so many great players and people that look good on paper that you want to see out there doing their thing, and you have hopefuls. You have a lot of hopefuls that to a point that you want to be, positive and optimistic about their play, and hopefully it translates from the college to the NFL, and hopefully, once again Terry Fontenot will be raised up to the rafters because of his, he done got, like I said, there's no excuses. Like I said, there's no excuses this year. You can't say we need some DBs. You can't say we need a line. You can't say we need some receivers. You can't say we need running back. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I'm a lot less. I guess methodical about that. About answering that question. You play whoever gonna go out there and be the most likely to be a game changer at the position. Because D'Alford, God bless him, he pulled himself up from his bootstrap. He made a professional football team after not being drafted, having to go play Canadian football for a year and having to come prove himself. So God bless him. I'm happy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm happy that he is here to even compete, considering how much hard work he done put in to get here. But at the end of the day, this ain't a sympathy game. This not a sympathetic game. Right. It's not. Football, there's no place for sympathy in football. None. They tell you that in the military too. There's no room for sympathy in an environment where you can lose your life.
Right.
Well, you have to be cold. You have to be heartless. There's no room for it. Now before the ball is snapped, you can be as sympathetic as you want to be. We want to make sure that our fellow comrades and people that we playing with are healthy and safe. But when that ball snapped, I'm telling y'all, I played the linebacker position.
Yeah.
Played the safety position. You talking to two guys who literally become two totally different people when that ball is snapped.
Yeah, you talking so much trash to them. You trying to get them to get aggressive with you so you can get aggressive back. You trying to mentally play games with them. Like if you hear, like, go listen to the mic ups they have. They be showing y'all, like, don't listen to the mic up when they all friendly. Listen to the ones when they be going back and forth, when they gotta bleep out the words. Yeah. It ain't no kinship. Yeah, it's kinship after the fact, but
when the ball snap, I'm a soul snatcher when the ball snap. And that's just what and that's what I want at that nickel position. I want somebody that's gonna be a game changer at the nickel position. And if that's sorry, D'Alford, you just ain't proved to be that. You've been a shining, I ain't gonna say shining, but you've been a glimmer of hope. That's what I'm gonna say. You've been a glimmer of hope when we had very little hope to go off of. So I got to give him that in that perspective. But Billy Bowman Jr. is a whole other beast.
Yes, kind of saw him. Kind of looked at some tape on him. Kind of looked at him as they showed what he was doing. Yeah, dog. And for him to be coming straight out of college, being that guy, like I said, it's some people you could just take them and plug them and play them, bro. Most of the time, and then it's just like going back to the draft. Just the fact that we got Xavier Watts in him, it was crazy. It was like what? So, yeah, man. So, hey, man, the block is hot. And what is it? The block is hot. So some people might be down, getting further down on the depth chart. I don't see D. Alford going like we getting rid of him off the team, but he might not have a starting position. You know, he might be the person that's giving somebody a break or something. Fresh legs. I call them fresh legs. You might be some fresh legs rotation.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, what Jada see? Oh yeah, this was her kind of
you already
about her question from before.
about it, exactly about the players. But then, like I said, she say, you know, what do we feel like we can, you know, what the NFL can implement to keep the players safe? They always try to find something. I don't really go into stuff like that, but they always try to find something. They change up the helmets. They try to get the officiating to look at certain plays, certain helmet to helmet hits, certain plays that will, you know, that will protect players. They used to try different paddings in the, you know, in the pants. You know, it's the different things that they do, man.
Something that they haven't done that I would do
Mm-hmm.
that coaches are gonna find very disrespectful. But if I was the owners, I would go to Roger Goodell and I would tell him to put something in place where there has to be a techniques and fundamental specialist that goes to every team and make sure that proper technique is being taught on how to tackle, and proper technique is being taught on the defensive side of the ball, because that was bad technique that Morris Nurse showed.
Yeah, he went down. He went low, like trying to hit his leg or whatever.
Yeah, he led with his head low
and low wasn't looking like he was just down. Like, and when you hit, it's gonna snap your neck there, like a car accident.
The face mask was down.
Yeah,
and it was terrible technique. His timing was bad also on that, and unfortunately it ended with him, you know, what happened. So I know people you want to blame that on the man that got hurt. Well, people do things that result into them getting hurt all the time.
Injury, yeah. We talked to wrap up with our arms and use your body before you use your neck. That's the most fun. Your neck, your neck is not as strong as your chest and your arms. Like, come on now.
The neck is the most vulnerable part of the body outside of your private parts.
Right.
So, you know, speed of recovery to him, man. But that's something I would do, Jada. I would make sure make that a specialist thing where specialists go around from team to team and make sure proper technique is still being practiced in these practices. Because I talk about this all the time. When at this level, you see it a lot. You see the fundamentals get overlooked a lot because now you got these players being paid all this money. They're distracted by all the money and notoriety that they got now and all the access that they have. And these teams, they get distracted because they want to make sure they're getting the most out of these players they paying all this money to. So the fundamentals sometimes get overlooked. So that's something I would do, Jada, if I had any say so on it.
Right. ATL 251. I'm gonna just call you 251. 251 said, "Who gonna feel Where's Will at? Where I say his name? Grady's. He gonna pop out of nowhere at the bottom. Grady's shoes. Who's gonna feel his Grady's shoes should be the only concern? I'm gonna be 100% with you, and I'm gonna move on for this question because I don't really want to further this.
I'm not even gonna answer. I'm just gonna let you know.
If 5 people on our squad can give you, just say 5 people, each one of them give you 1 sack in the year, that's more than Grady did in a year. He doesn't get sacks, bro.
Damn.
We don't need somebody to fill his shoes. We need people that's going to disrupt the offense. That's why you got assignments. Somebody might be, hey, I need you to open up the hole, pause, for Ebiketie to get in. I need you to move over here, make the line go here, disrupt their play, so their quarterback has to hold the ball just a little bit longer. So somebody like a Fournette, Leonard can get over there. Somebody like Jalen, somebody like JPJ, somebody like Rook. And Rook comes from the same school. So if I was to answer that, I would say Rook or Roro. That was his replacement. They got a younger guy that's in the same position that he was in from the same Armada that he's from, the alum that he's from. So it's just like, if anybody, you would say Rook. If I can say anybody, if that's the case. But we're gonna move on.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know who started that with he's supposed to be Grady's replacement. I don't know who started that.
I think they said that because he came from the same, they all came from the same.
Because he come from Clemson. He played at Clemson.
He come from Clemson. He's a defensive lineman. He's about the same, in the same position, about the same size. It was like, hey man, he like him.
Nah, he's much bigger than Grady.
Yeah. Now Grady,
Roro is 6'4", 295 pounds.
Well, I sent y'all a picture in the group chat. Did you see that picture of me standing there in front of Grady Jarrett when he was sitting in that chair?
I don't think so. I don't think I saw that.
My God, people say I'm a big guy. I don't think I'm big at all. But my guy was kind of small, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Maybe because he had all his football equipment on. But it's all good. All good, D-Mac. He said, spread the football. How you win in the league from a passing standpoint? Justin Jefferson is a stat guy. How do you lead How do you win in the league, in this league, from a passing standpoint? Justin Jefferson is a stat guy. You think about it like this: with all the Justin Jefferson stats that he has, what has he accomplished with those stats? Did it accumulate the wins? If it accumulate the wins, awesome. But see, how we're going to do it is by committee. When you spread the ball around, it deviates from people being hurt. Because if you keep throwing it to the same person and they getting bammed up all the time, they're eventually going to, knock on wood, hurt themselves or be more likely to be injured in some way. So when you spread the ball around, you sometimes create mismatches. So you also create an opportunity for, and then we say this in business, it's an opportunity for you to be successful when the defense has to account for everybody on the field, one hat on one hat. So you have mismatches because some people can't play man-to-man against a Kyle Pitts. Some people can't play man-to-man against a Nick Nash or a man-to-man against a Drake London. You know what I'm saying? Or if they double team, that means somebody's open. Then a Ray can come up under and do a check down. A Bijan can do a check down and use their athleticism. So you win by you exploit the mismatches. That's how you win. Unless you got
they did a fair enough job spreading the ball around last season. It wasn't because they wasn't spreading the ball around. It was because Kirk Cousins was trying to make throws to try to prove something to himself that he can make at our expense. And he was fucking up But you don't have 4 receivers on pace to get 1,000 yards receiving and the ball not being spread around, and still have Bijan Robinson getting 300 something, 400 something damn touches in a season, and the ball ain't being spread. So we do a good job spreading the ball around. It's just unfortunate what happened with Kirk Cousins happened, and I see us doing the same thing with this offense. The ball gonna be spread around just fine.
Absolutely. Say, what's up, 330? Came late to the party. What's happening?
What's up with your daddy?
He said, "Call creative mismatches." Good point. Yeah, man. It's all about having those mismatches. Like that's why a lot of the times Kyle Pitts got lost in transition because he was double teamed. So they call it also keeping the defense honest. When you sit up here and you create mismatches to a point where everybody's getting we just need the people to catch the ball and get positive yards. And what people don't understand is when it comes to football, the goal isn't to score a touchdown. The goal is to score to gain 10 yards each time that it eventually equates to a touchdown. Some people don't realize that. Our goal is to go 10 yards to get a first down, 10 yards to get a first down, 10 yards to get a first down, and then eventually you'll get a touchdown once you reach this threshold in the red zone. So that's the ultimate goal, is to get a first down, to create more downs, to keep getting first downs. The more times you get first downs, the more opportunities you have to score. That's the goal. So
unless you're Cincinnati and you're trying to score in every damn play.
Every play. Joe Burrow trying to throw that thing. He said, I'm gonna throw that thing. So yeah, man, we want mismatches. That's why our archetype wide receivers, like can you imagine having a Drake London and a Nick Nash on the same side, and one's doing an out route and another one is doing a corner route
on a 9
on a corner, and then you throw it and they don't know who's finna get the ball, but it's two tall guys that's a 50-50 ball. You put it high enough, one of those tall guys gonna come down. They're either gonna get a pass interference, and that's another way that people don't understand. I talked about this before too, when we had dude Simba. We was calling him Simba or Mufasa. What was calling him? Simba. We had Holland.
Simba.
I said we're gonna create mismatches to a point. Even if we don't get the ball caught down the field, we're going to get a defensive pass interference that's going to still move the ball down the field. So that reminds me of what we're going to still be doing. I still think that philosophy still works with the talent that we have on this team, where we're still going to use our strength. Like that's why they said about Kyle Pitts. What the other Will that he talked about it, where the Scottish Will, he talked about
Will Wendell.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts using his body size as also positioning himself to receive. So the mismatch too is understanding that your body and knowing ball placement, which is going to make Michael Penix Jr. even better because he's an accurate passer. Once he learns,
he's used to it anyway. He's used to placing the ball for bigger targets.
Exactly.
That's what he used to. So that's what he did at Washington.
Exactly. So we're just going ahead and taking what he's used to having to be successful in Washington and bringing it into the NFL and allowing him to flourish with, and not making him do too much of a change from what he's used to, but made him successful. And he still that's why he was like, hey, I need a Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? I still need a Kyle Pitts. Like, I think Kyle Pitts is going to do better this year because you have a quarterback that's already, chiming out for him, already seen, having that morale with him. Sometimes it's all about, you galvanize as a team when you chill out, hang out, get to know each other, and then you become, friends. You become friends and players on the locker room. but I don't have any. He said, we have a wide receiver room that can catch the ball. I honestly believe also that it's all about sometimes catching a ball. It's subjective too, man. So you might get a ball greatly placed in the right position, then somebody might grab your jersey, somebody might grab your hand. In the official don't call it. So sometimes, man, like I would rather us be a team that play to win than play the clock. If you know what that means. Sometimes I feel like
Taking advantage of opportunities is the most it throughout the game. There's going to be opportunities to get up 2 scores, 3 scores. Take advantage of those opportunities and go up 2, 3 scores, so it don't come down to a non-PI call not being called or a bad flag being thrown when it wasn't a flag at all, and it affects the game.
Mm-hmm.
If we take advantage of the opportunities early and in the middle, those things won't come back to haunt us in the end. So that's how I look at it. Now, close games are gonna be tough. You're gonna have some tough losses, and you're gonna have losses where you go back and look and say, "Damn, man, if only we don't get that flag right there, or if only that guy not holding right there, or something like that." But if you minimize those games by taking advantage of your early opportunities, then you fare better in the long game, and maybe you win the division, maybe you win some playoff games, maybe you win a championship. I really think luck and taking advantage of your opportunities is the difference between champions and contenders. Champions gonna take advantage of their opportunities in a more plentiful aspect than a contender. Contenders is always looking back saying, "Damn, what if?" Let's not be them anymore, because that's what we've been. So let's not be them anymore.
Right. Any more questions before we get up out of here? If not, Blackberry, go ahead and tell them where they can find you at, bro.
On YouTube, you can find me on YouTube. The Home Team with Blackberry. That's Blackberry, no C, just a K. I have been in rebranding mode ever since I started up another channel. I've been in a rebranding mode. I'm doing it with myself, and I'm doing it with the merch line. The merch line is no longer a merch line. When I drop it, it's going to be a full-fledged clothing line. It's going to be just a flat-out clothing line, no longer a merch line. So I'm in the process of doing that. Every time I think I'm ready to launch, something else just creeps up into momentum, and I got to stop overthinking it. But I'm almost to that point now. But ran into another little roadblock with an embroidery company on my hats. They can't do my logo. They can't do the little star. If you're looking at the screen, the little star right there at my B
on the back end. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, they can't do the embroidery on the star the way it looks. They have to alter it, and the alteration looks like a fucking snowflake. So I gotta go with a different hat company, man. And if you know anything about the apparel game, finding a good hat distributor, a good hat manufacturer is very hard to do. So that doesn't really fucked up a lot of shit. And because I can't articulate it the way I want to right now, I'm just gonna say that fucked up a lot of shit.
But you want the church's money.
Hey man, y'all just make sure y'all go check me out on YouTube, man. The Home Team with Blackberry. It's Blackberry, no C, just a K. I did not do fan speak today because it's been a crazy fucking day. But we'll try to do fan speak tomorrow afternoon. And I'll try to catch y'all tomorrow afternoon, man. Y'all just stay tuned. Appreciate you, lot.
All right. So, hey, man, you already know who I am, man. I'm the Lochness from the Lochness Podcast. Hey, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, man. Road to 500 subs. We trying to get to it. Hey, represent everything LFN LLC, Atlanta Falcons Nation LLC. So go check out everybody, man. Mike, everybody, Jew Talks, everybody. I'm all about, anybody that's doing Falcons content, man. Go check them out. Tell them the Lochness from Atlanta Falcons Nation sent them to them. And I'm always about spreading the love and spreading the good content. We all creators for the same brand, man, for the same logo. And I appreciate everybody for stopping by, man. Hey, football season is in, man. Let's see what we're gonna do against the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully, we get a better assessment of these players. And Dotson, man, Dotson, get ready to get that chicken wing plate. Clean out your lock and get that chicken wing plate, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Get your complimentary lemon pepper special from Magic City, and you can go ahead and proceed home, sir.
In that bobblehead, you got a Falcon, Freddy the Falcon bobblehead.
In that bobblehead,
cause you out of here, bro, doing that. All right, y'all. We appreciate it, man. We out.